Keyon Booker, professionally known as Kushbabykeys, is an American recording artist and producer who's been paving his way through the underground scene for his unique sound and his immense individuality that he's shown throughout his career. Currently sitting at 60,000 listeners on Spotify and almost 3,000 followers on SoundCloud. This is Kushbabykeys. Keys was born December 15th in a small city in Virginia before moving to Atlanta, Georgia at a young age, Atlanta being the place where a lot of rap talent and influencers exist, including Lil Baby, Young Thug, and most notably within the underground scene at the moment, Playboi Carti. Speaking of Carti and the Atlanta scene, it was very clear that Keys was heavily influenced by the Atlanta scene and genre, as his earliest sound was very reminiscent of the very popular Atlanta underground trap music sound.
She said I'm ill when she said she seen the real me. Like how you twigging, like you could never feel me.
Number 9, fuck the truths, I'm so fucking different. I hang with shooters and killers that just got out of prison. Pipe up.
He started making music as a joke. His earliest track dating back to 2021 titled Okay Okay with controversial Florida artist Jades.
Woke up in the morning, I'm like, who gon' have to die today? I do my best right away. I ball out like Hardaway.
Don't do it.
Fucking suck!
The two have collaborated multiple times, whether they were rapping on the same track or one was producing. Which brings us to Keys' actual first decent song titled Trap Again, produced by Jades and released November 3rd, 2022. Both Keys and Jades were a part of the SoundCloud collective Najma, aka Najma Finesse Cult, where the track was actually uploaded on. On Trap Again, Keys demonstrated his flows on a bouncy plug beat.
I want 7 figures, tell the whole level, whole time lying, I'ma leave it. Was a youngin' in the trap and I was begging for a feature. Now these niggas leeches, get your pencil, I'm a teacher.
Instantly you can hear influence from artists like Playboi Carti and Lucky, two artists who are known to have influenced many in the underground scene. Although, in an interview from late 2023, Keys listed some of his music influences to be artists like Young Lean, Frank Ocean, Space Ghost Perp, and more. These influences start to pick up and show later on. Throughout 2022, Keys ended up not making music for a while, but watched his peers to stay in tune with the music being made. As time went on, Keys ended up making more music again, stapling his Atlanta underground sound and making it his own. Fast forward, Keys dropped his debut project titled Kush Dream, released on September 4th, 2023. The tape appeared to have 15 tracks and had a 32-minute runtime. Unfortunately, it has since been deleted, but some tracks are still available to listen to on SoundCloud. Only one track is listed under the tape on Genius, that being the song Roaches.
Find that boy, not say so. We gon' get that boy halo. Put the ski on as a case close. I can even fuck with these lame hoes. My bitch on Rodeo. I can't fuck no lame hoes.
If the song sounds familiar to you, it's probably because his former collaborator, Jades, actually somewhat took the song from Keys and made it his own. The song being titled Lay Low.
Rushing that boy when I say so. We gon' get that boy a halo. Put a ski on it with case close. So y'all fuck with them lame hoes. My bitch so love it, she lay low. Can't fuck with a complaint.
And is now one of Jade's biggest songs. Keys has never publicly spoken about this, but it's assumed he was cool with it, considering the two made more music even after the song released. But in terms of the Kush Dreams project, it mostly consisted of Keys on multi-plug beats, still indulging in the Atlanta sound. Keys continued the same sound for some time, polishing it and dropping more and better songs along the way, including tracks like Hate Me, Uber to Me,
Overturn, baby. Overturn, baby. Overturn, baby. Overturn, baby.
Trust Issues, and more. These songs, apart from Uber to Me, were a part of Keys' first ever EP, Zan Baby. Uber to Me ended up being on his sophomore EP, Before Woe. Before Woe being a prequel EP to his album Whoa Baby, that would be a drastic change to Keys' sound, but we'll get to that. In between Before Woe and Whoa Baby, Keys released another EP that could be considered the transition from his Atlanta plug sound to something completely different. The EP Demos for My Inevitable Demise consisted of 5 tracks, all completely different from Keys' prior sound. Each track used a slow-paced indie and folk instrumental. On these songs, Keys ditched his known trap lyrics for deeper and more intimate lyrics.
I wanna take my time. I wanna take my time with you.
Next one that we got is I Want to Fuck You.
Although Keys was on a whole different genre of music, he still managed to perfectly execute the sound, vocalizing on each track with his established, unique voice. Track 4, titled I Made a Big Mistake, was probably the best received on the tape, showing Keys' audience that he could do much more than they might have thought. This EP had fans excited for what Keys was going to pull next, leading us to Keys' first polished full-length album, Whoa Baby, released May 12, 2024. Whoa Baby can be described as some of Keys' best work to this day. The album had 15 tracks, 3 of them including features from artists Uke, Jag, and Jades. Surprisingly, the tape didn't consist much of his prior tape's sound, but more of a mainstream hip-hop approach, mixed with the emo underground scene.
I ain't get no call back yet. Running late because of traffic. She hit me out like, where you at, man? Baby, I'm so fond of trapping.
Some artists who come to mind is Lucky, Lil Peep, and XXXTentacion.
What's a father?
Track 3 actually including the sample from one of XXXTentacion's songs.
I'm the nigga that you with, girl, yeah. He don't do you like this, girl, yeah. And I put 30 on the underage drinking that you doing, so I want it like this, girl, yeah.
With songs like Take It Slow, Evil Whore, Feels Like Grafe, and Weekend.
I wanna do you like that. Had you fresh ass niggas who do you like that. Sam boy killer, do you like that. Sam boy's killer, nigga do me like that. Don't do me like that. Don't.
Keys provided the scene with some of his most diverse and versatile work, and he was for sure on the right path. 2 months later, Keys followed up his album with another 8-track tape titled Witch Tape. Keys continued his sound from Whoa Baby on Witch Tape, really perfecting the mix between emo rap and cloud rap. The biggest song to come out of this tape was Poker Face, featuring a fellow artist of Keys, Ader. The song was a slow-paced, heavy-hitting track that many enjoyed.
Treat you like drugs, baby. You ain't never had this type of love, baby.
After this tape, Keys continued to drop some singles, including songs like Faithful and You Then Me, featuring Jades. While keeping his fans on their toes for his next piece of work, Keys started to slowly announce his next project, titled Southside 666. He ended up cutting his hair and releasing music on all accounts. It was clear that a new era of Keys music was on the way.
Wanna fuck, tell him my schedule filled. No big deal. My Minaj in the Holyfield. The Holyfield. She give me that holy feeling.
As of now, Keys has been making his sound more and more his own, releasing snippets every now and then, teasing his fans until his upcoming tape comes out. When asked about his upcoming project, Keys said, Southside 666 is a project that to me means more than what it is initially thought out to be. Every lyric and every sound has some sort of symbolic meaning or value. Southside 666 comes with a lot of controversy with the upside down cross and the 666, which none of what I represent is satanic. Southside 666 represents my perception on religion, intimacy, and life. Kushbabykeys is definitely a name you're going to be hearing a lot in the future. From starting off on an already established sound to practically creating his own sound and wave, Kushbabykeys is an enigma and a talent that will be, and if not should be, in everyone's ears the next couple years. Thanks for watching our first video on the Your Fled channel. Be sure to like and subscribe as it will boost our channel a lot. Comment your thoughts on Kushbabykeys or let us know if there's any other artists you guys would like us to cover. Until next time, twins.